We're going to be visiting a very special event today covered here in Computer History Museum. But before that, let me introduce something. Here, this company, is it a software or a hardware company, right? Of course it is a software company. Microsoft builds operating system. So at least it starts as an operating system software company trying to offer Microsoft Word, Microsoft PowerPoint, and so on. So the company is a software company. One of a sudden, they surprise us by building their own chips. And actually, it's not only Microsoft who does the same, but Amazon does the same. Amazon is a software company for trading in e-commerce, right? But again, they surprise us that they are trying to build their own data center. All right. Who else? Talking about Google, a searching engine, a super software company involved itself like later into AI. But again, they also surprise us from time to time, and most recently of building their own chip. And then at the end, OpenAI, a software company for building the generative AI. But again, very recently, they wanted to build their own chips. So what the hell is going on with the hardware companies? Why does the software companies are building their own chip? So what's wrong with the company that already exists? And also, even before asking what is the problem of the current market, the question is how. It is very known that the hardware application is very sophisticated, very complex device, very complex process. Well, we're gonna be studying all the phases that is passed in order to design and verify a chip and then publish it to the market. So, does it really make sense to dive into such industry if you don't want really to sell chips? So that's all open questions that really needed to be answered. And the event today in Computer History Museum supposed to answer such questions and give us an example of software companies who participated into making the chips. So one of the companies that are invited today in the event is Google, and they have the supervisor, the guy who brought the chip design into Google, and he will be talking with us and explaining to us what is the reason for them to dive into this chip design manufacturing. So here is Microsoft. Unfortunately, nobody is going to come today to from Microsoft, but again, they are kind of the same field. So I wish you guys stay with me because it's going to be a wonderful event talking with specialists. There will be only not people from Google, but somebody also from NVIDIA. NVIDIA is the hardware company, is the company that builds the AI chips, the GPUs, and sell it to the market. So it is the market from NVIDIA is stolen by the software companies. And I have a question in my mind, is that in some, so I study electrical and computer science, and in some phase you're gonna be choosing between hardware and software. And it was very clear for most of the students that hardware is more complex and it's very difficult to come into the market in comparison with the software, right? So most of the people who choose hardware, they choose it because they feel like it's the backbone of the industry, right? So, like when you take a look now, or even if somebody is opening a startup company, he will like thinking of opening a software startup company, but maybe somebody will change his mind and then try to indeed make it as a hardware company. Why? Because like hardware is more complex, and then you will have less competitors, and then you have bigger market with less competitors, so it's like a win. So they will say, well, it is a complex. Yes, it is a complex process. Yes, it's very risky. But once I reach there, I will be able to survive, right? So again, this is the question: is like, does it really the software overtake the hardware? So does it really, when you build a successful software company, so do you really have the option to build the hardware for it? Well, based on my understanding, is that people build the hardware is like the body itself, and then they build the software for it in order to work. So it's like it's the software that needs the hardware. But now it becomes the other way around. It's like software is built for the hardware. So please, guys, make sure to subscribe and comment here. I am very happy. Ball. Hi, buddy. I think we talked before, and I wish that you stay with me. It will be a wonderful event, and thanks for the like. And I will be answering all the question that you are asking here, and having also interaction with the people who are attending the event, right? So stay with me, and if somebody is having any question, hello, Red Bluer, how are you? Yeah, wonderful, amazing. I appreciate your interaction. Please subscribe and make sure that you keep me involved in your question. And if you wanted to know more about how to, like, the world of software and hardware, please let me know in the comments, so that we have the feeling that we are living together at the same area, right? So I wanted to give you the feeling that you are attending the like the event today, starting from even me going to the event, right? And here is some wonderful buddy, Nicholas from Russia. Hello, man, and I wish you a wonderful night, I think. What is the time is now in Russia? Tell me. All right, so please give me like, and so for the event today, for this, and here is the computer history. Let me show you guys. Here is the beginning. Here is the computer history museum, in which we are going to be covering our like the story, all what I have told you about. We're gonna be talking with the specialists and interact with the people in order to answer the question of Israeli software like more powerful than hardware. So if you're gonna be opening a company, should you really think of opening like a software company? So I will take you guys to the event with me. Let me know where are you writing from, and if you have any question about software and hardware, even if it is like a silly question, I'm happy to answer or to ask the audience about it. And please, guys, don't forget to subscribe and to interact. There we go. So all right, so back to the world, and I want to at the beginning to show you guys the like the environment here. So first of all, I get the wonderful Mohammed Fahmy ticket that I have to put it And I wanted to show you guys the environment here. Yeah. All right. Okay. I haven't in tag yet. All right, here we go. Is the event. So the most amazing things about these events is the food, right? So let me just grab something to eat, and then we're gonna be talking about business, right? Right. So let me show you guys. So this is like the basic food that's offered. I think it's more or less tofu, and this looks cool. So I would say first things first, I'm gonna be putting first my badge and then get myself ready before. Please, guys, please let me. Where do you ride from, right? So let's see here. This is my plate, and I think I'm not sure what this is, but looks like it is not smoothies. Yeah. And let me get one from these here. I shouldn't have taken it with my hand, but I think it's too late. One from these. I think it's kofta or something. Yeah. Let's get actually two of them. All right. And one falafel. Why not? So falafel is very Egyptian, right? All right. And let's get some, some sauce, of course. So I don't know what this should be, but I can imagine this could be. I like the color, so. Let me get also a little bit from that here.
That was my favorite thing.
Oh, right, nice.
At the core, the donor's reception, the deconstruction message, that was my favorite thing because I had
So. So yeah, maybe I can join this table. Look, can I join you in the table? Amazing, thank you so much.
Yes.
Muhammad Ali is my name.
How you doing?
I am pretty fine, thank you so much.
I'm
Hello.
Jim.
Hello Jim. David. Sharon. Hello Sharon. I can read, right? So you guys, I'm a kind of a YouTube vlogger, and then I just put the camera to myself, talking about technical aspects. If it annoys you in some point, just give me a mark. I will stop it. All right. Thank you so much. But I'm very happy to talk about technical aspects. Like I have electronics background. Like I worked with AI. I built a platform, agentic AI platform, to help chip design.
Okay.
It's called Graphics. I spent about 9 months building it, and then in some point I stopped because in some point it started to diverge. It was very interesting. I was like spending
What's the
two
verge?
times. It started to diverge to be something that is built for myself, not for customers, or not really filling a gap. So the gaps that I built in my imagination, and this like became like a tool that I understand, and it's very difficult to explain. But again, the basics are there, and the basics in the program is there. It's like software as a service program, and then kind of in some point I will try to now diverge it back to fill really a gap in the market. Yeah.
So what does the tool allow me to do if I'm a circuit designer?
Well, it's more or less digital chip design, right?
Okay.
So circuit, I think in analog is usually very, it's even for human, it's very tough field, right? You know, like when you build a chip, there is a front end, a back end. So for me, I'm targeting the automating the front end. So even the front end, there is like the design and the verification. So I'm trying my best to kind of automate all the processes intensively using AI. So basically, talking with an AI agent that plan for you to take the requirement for you and then document all the requirements of the chip, suggesting that you need to use a FIFO, and then building the block diagram in front of your eye, and then every block is itself has ports, and then the ports itself are fires. So, like exactly RTL diagram, right? But it is more or less interactive. That the tool itself is block diagram, right? So it's supposed to automate the process of designing chips.
Well, I have to tell you, I know nothing about what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's okay.
When you say it diverged, did it diverge from itself, your AI, this week's economy, had a whole thing on consciousness and AI, and
Yeah. So thanks for the point. Like I was, when you have an idea in your mind, so you consume a lot of time programming it alone. Like in your I spent many months.
you were too much in it.
Yeah, I was too much in it, and I wasn't part of the market. So that's why I needed to stop, right? And then to leave it, then go to the market, interact with the people, get new ideas, find really a gap, and then try to reflect it back, right?
And you develop if the people understand.
I find it really hard to keep it to half an hour. We're working on.
Yeah.
So we were, Jack, myself, and Pat were talking like, we never do that. We want to target our talks to have tired.
Yeah.
But we have so much more exciting to talk about. And we want to talk about it.
Well, let's talk. Like if I had the 2 o'clock tour on Wednesday, between 3 o'clock.
Are you in chip design, sir?
Yeah, I know software and microprogramming before that.
Interesting. So, I am electrical and computer science engineer. So in some point in my career, I was between choosing should I go to software like embedded. I think the same what you're doing, firmware embedded system, or should I go to hardware, right? So usually the people say hardware is more stable because it is like a core, and software is very changing and so on. So you get the feeling that hardware is really more powerful than software, right? But now what we see in the market, like Google, software company, OpenAI, software company, Microsoft, software company, and they are building chips, hardware chips. So it bring me to the point that no, it's really software which is more powerful than the hardware, right? So it starts not to be like you build a chip and then after you have the hardware you build the software for it, but it's the other way around, right? And that's what brought me here. It's like
Well, when I started my career, it was around the time of the mini computer.
so first of all, I am opening YouTube vlogging now. I'm very active in vlogging, and about a couple of people are watching us. So if it's not okay with you, I will stop it. But I'm very happy to hear your story.
No,
Sorry.
yeah, I'd rather not
Okay.
do it online.
Okay, maybe I can stop. So see you guys, and I will open a game.